The overpowered hero and immortal king Wang Ling is served a delicious noodle meal, but Wang accidentally breaks his chopsticks due to his immense strength. The city of Shanghai is shown to be recovering from the demon invasion, but a monster suddenly appears seeking refuge on Earth after Wang destroys the demon world. Our hero prepares to defeat the beast, but a mysterious girl named Yoshiko Kumiya appears and kills it with her chopper missiles. At school the next day, Lin Xiaoyu meets with Chen Chao and Gu Hao, who are upset over the resurrection of Faction 60. They explain that they assumed the faction was destroyed and didn't do their homework. In a flashback, we see that Wan was asked to restore Faction 60 with his powers to resume the Cultivator training program. He summons his trusted sidekick, Froggy 2, to get the job done. Sister Sun Rong makes a glamorous appearance in front of her peers, but she is overshadowed by Yoshiko, who is revealed to be a princess from Sunland. Yoshiko immediately challenges Sun's popularity, but Wang shows up, and Sun runs towards him. Yoshiko is from a family of exorcists and has been accused of multiple crimes in the past. Class is about to begin, and Yoshiko's entourage formally introduces her to everyone. The instructor arrives and tells Yoshiko that she has not been allotted to Faction 60. Yoshiko is frustrated and consumes her top researcher with a dragon move. She tries to gain Wang's trust with some yummy snacks from Sunland, but Sun disapproves of her methods. Wang becomes a slave to Yoshiko's allure of tasty treats, and this causes Sun to accept Yoshiko's cooking challenge. The girls organize a fancy cooking competition, with Wang serving as the main judge and the others as the audience. An intense competition follows as Yoshiko creates a plethora of meals, but Sun isn't able to make anything despite assistance from repairs. Yoshiko presents her meal to Chen and Lin, who enjoy it, but Wang is unimpressed. Sun decides to give him his favorite snack, raw, crispy raccoon noodles, and Wang loses his mind after tasting them, unleashing a small fraction of his powers. Sun is announced as the winner of the competition, making Yoshiko angry as she was unable to defeat the most popular girl in her class. In a dream sequence, a frog family eagerly awaits a birthday cake to hatch from an egg. Froggy 2's birthday happens to be on that day, and he immediately wishes to become the Demon King. However, he wakes up from his dream and then receives a call from Wang, who arrives to give him some dog food and wins Froggy's heart with his gesture. Froggy then asks him how to prepare a birthday party, and the next day, they get to work on a surprise party. They take a look at Froggy's list, but don't seem to understand the need for a birthday egg cake. The dog demon arrives at the scene and is immediately taken away by Lin, but he seems to identify the secrecy as a cover-up for his birthday party. Meanwhile, Wang opens up a portal dimension in search of a birthday act and comes across a collection of them. He overcomes some monsters and brings back the biggest one, much to everyone's amusement. Instructor Pan crosses Froggy and Lin, after which she heads to class. The demon dog panics as he fears that Pan might walk in on his surprise preparations. He immediately jumps into the class and spots the egg, but can't find the others. Pan enters the room, so Froggy acts fast and transforms into Master Zhou Yi. Using his new form, Froggy flirts with Pan and sets up a date to send her away drooling with excitement. However, he remembers that the birthday egg might bring about a disaster if baked with the incorrect amount of heat. This is exactly what happens later, and the egg brings forth an army of alien parasites that possess everyone inside. Things look bad, with Sun Rong's security team also getting possessed, but Wang luckily steps in at the right time and takes care of all the monsters in a flash. He kills the main cake demon, and it causes an explosion, thus creating a giant mask. This forces Froggy to reverse the timeline with his powers and drain his life force. Regardless, he feels his sacrifice is worth it and enters the classroom with Lin, hoping for a proper birthday party. Everyone starts to sing the birthday song, but much to Froggy's dismay, it turns out all these preparations were actually for Lin and not him. Wang and the group venture into a forest to search for special herbs, but encounter a fierce gorilla lion monster. A chase ensues, during which Froggy gets trapped. The demon dog is nearly caught as well, but a powerful dragon monster appears and burns the gorilla with its flames. They learn from a beast master named Tang Birdie that these creatures are called spiritual beasts, and those who capture them are called beast hunters. Tang explains his hunting desires to the team, but they disagree with his methods. In the midst of their argument, Froggy amusingly orders the team to free him from his trap. They continue on their quest and come across another spiritual beast trapped in a snare. Froggy leads them to an injured unicorn, whom they name Sylvie. They take Sylvie to a shrine to tend to her injuries. Wang uses his powers to heal the unicorn, but their peace is disturbed when Tang and his assistant arrive and demand that they hand over Sylvie, whom Tang had injured with his trap. Guo and Chen oppose this demand, and they challenge the hunter to a beast duel. Tang agrees and sends out his dragon monster to fight Guo. Guo wants to use Froggy, but he refuses. Sylvie steps in and evolves into an overpowered unicorn, defeating the dragon with ease and sending Tang flying into the air. The next day, we meet Yoshiko, the mastermind behind the Beastmaster video game. She takes pleasure in the fact that her app has over 10 million downloads, but her achievements are overshadowed by Sylvie's newfound fame. Guohao wants to bond with Sylvie, but the unicorn only has eyes for Wang, whom he recognizes as his true alpha. Meanwhile, Froggy attempts to suck Sylvie's blood for healing powers, but Wang stops him and places a magical circle around the unicorn. Yoshiko sees an opportunity to kidnap Sylvie when Wang takes Froggy away, but she is hilariously blown away by the protective formation. Later, Sylvie is cuddled by everyone, including Instructor Wang, until Yoshiko comes up with an evil plan to transform the unicorn with a berry ball, turning him into a massive unicorn. This causes panic as Sylvie begins to munch on a tree. Spectre Wang initially vouches for him, but changes his mind when Sylvie takes a giant rainbow dump on top of him. Sylvie is forced to be secluded in a cabin so that she can control his appetite. Yoshiko arrives with her squad and tries to control the beast with her evolution stone, leading to a hilarious sequence where Sylvie eats the stone and the gang tries to retrieve it from him. This triggers the final evolution, turning Sylvie into a vicious monster that breaks free and wreaks havoc all over the city. Gu tries to reason with Master Zhao not to attack his spiritual pet, but is devoured in the process. Wang doesn't want to hurt his unicorn friend, so he removes Froggy's seal, allowing him to transform into his true avatar, the Demon Frog. However, Sylvie attacks the Demon Frog using his lightning dash, and Wang allows the unicorn to run into Froggy's belly. Wang shuts his mouth, and the Demon King is forced to absorb all of Sylvie's excess energy, causing the unicorn to revert to his baby form. Froggy spits out Sylvie and the evolution stone, which Wang destroys instantly. Wang fears that humans will treat Sylvie as a monster from now on, so he opens up a portal and takes the unicorn to his own planet, where he can finally live in peace. In a flashback from many years ago, we find ourselves at the Songhai Night Market, where people are enjoying the festivities. A shopkeeper tries to sell a dragon-slaying sword to a customer, but he sees through the deception and takes the shopkeeper's daughter, Ling Ling, away. However, Ling Ling is fascinated by a little wooden sword on the side. Back in the present, our heroes witness a dramatic enactment of the 4 legendary swords. Gu mentions a mysterious swordsman who defeated the epic quartet, but Chen challenges Wang to a duel with his Liko sword. As expected, Wang uses his tiny wooden sword, Jinkit, to defeat Li Chao without hesitation. Meanwhile, Sun's ocean swords accidentally attack Wang and merge with Jinkit. With no other option, Lin takes the team to her sister, an experienced sword maker, who assures Chad that his sword can be fixed. However, Jinkit rushes towards Sister Xiao Yu and is caressed by her as if she is his mother. She reveals that Jinkit is actually in his awakening stage, which is why he is rebelling against his master. Tao Yi rides with his team and is surprised to see the sword awkwardly stuck to Sister Xiao Yu's belly. Then he reveals that the 7-star squad was defeated by a mystery swordsman in white who was able to bend all their swords. Sensing an opportunity, our heroes rush to the scene where the swordsman is dominating Yoshiko's forces. The princess retreats with her man while Sun and the squad battle the mysterious woman. However, she overpowers them easily as her sword is too strong. Jinkit continues to rebel against Wang, so he can't do much. But when Sister Xiao Yu flirts with him, he springs into action and defeats the mystery woman with one blow. Wang identifies her as Ling Ling and immediately turns her into a sheath for Jinkit. Later, Ling Ling is punished by Sister Xiao Yu for being a naughty girl, while Jinkit watches in amusement. The scene opens with a trained carriage under attack by a team of ninja goons secretly led by Yoshiko, who manages to steal an ancient artifact. However, Master Zhao Yi's dismay turns into amusement when his sensei, Lord Thunder, arrives to show him that he had swapped the artifact for a bomb. Yoshiko and her goons become the victims of a massive explosion. The next day, the witch girl heads to a grand auction while Zhao Yi and Thunder have a brief chat upstairs. They discuss how numerous families are about to bid for the most valuable items in the world, and they wear masks to conceal their identities. Meanwhile, Wang struggles in a card game and faces a humiliating loss when his opponents unleash the six-armed gorilla roar upon him. He receives a lecture from his opponent for having weaker cards. At the auction, all the families get together and are told about the bidding rules as well as the first item, which is a magical book retaining spells from generations of cultivators. Lord Thunder points out that the book contains the forbidden spell, which is not only overpowered but also unbeatable. As the rich families place millions of dollars on the table, Wang buys a bunch of crispy noodles in hopes of getting more cards. Unfortunately, this doesn't work in his favor. Next, some indestructible long johns catch everyone's attention. Zhou tries to bid for the pants, but is easily defeated by an unknown girl. However, Lord Thunder identifies her as Yoshiko, who is determined to rule the world with the auctioned items. Wang decides to shift his attention to the live auction, where the current item is the sealed white-eyed blue dragon. This is the same artifact that Master Zhao and Lord Thunder were protecting in the first place. Bidding starts at 10 million spiritual coins, and it kicks off a fierce battle for wealth. The wealthy bidders put everything on the line, with Yoshiko seemingly gaining the upper hand with a bid of 40 million. However, to everyone's surprise, Lord Thunder calmly outshines her with 45 million spiritual coins. Zhao offers a hefty 87 million after getting a call from Wang, causing Lord Thunder to lose his mind. Wang eventually outdoes everyone with his winning bid. After the auction, Lord Thunder follows Zhou Yu and learns that Wang Ling is the master, but he is shocked to see the overpowered heroes smash the seal without a care in the world. The legendary dragon makes a grand appearance and offers to fulfill any wish that Wang desires, but he simply chops away the dragon and turns him into a playing card. This allows him to get some sweet revenge on his arrogant opponent. A couple of exorcists were arguing with each other on the road while Gu Hao ridiculed them, thinking that the city was getting worse with such people in it. As a biker passed by, Gu made a comment, but the biker came back, and Gu got scared. He hid behind Wang, but then learned that the biker was actually Chen with a new personality, Trent. Trent came to school and started acting like a weirdo, especially because he wasn't wearing a uniform. Gu Hao asked him to take it easy because it wasn't good for the school environment, but Chen said it was all because he was part of the exorcist team now. Wang Ling asked Chen to look up, and the instructor, Pan, made a scary appearance. She scolded Chen for acting strange despite having good grades, and then Sun also dropped by to ask what was going on. The friends tried to figure out a solution to Chen's difficulties but couldn't go to his dad for help, so they decided to bait the exorcists. They used Sun and her good looks to tempt the exorcist to show their true nature. She walked into an alley looking weak and innocent, and the boys took off their jackets. However, the jackets were used to cover a puddle to help Sun cross through. Gu refused to give in and said that the boys weren't helping a grandmother cross the road. The group thought that the exorcist would rob the granny, but then Chen showed up to help her. It turned out that the granny was actually a demon, and she attacked Chen, so his teammates helped him out. Gu Hao realized his mistake and helped the exorcist defeat the demon with ease. Now both groups agreed on their goals because they wanted to take care of all the demons that had been invading the city recently. However, the exorcists refused to accept Wang Ling into their team because he looked thin and weak and they couldn't guarantee his safety. Shen met Wang later and promised to include him in the team. He explained how he became a disgrace to his family after Wang destroyed his sword in a flashback. Shen got attacked by a demon, and the exorcist ended up saving him from it. Shen went back to his office with Wang, but saw the boys paying off the granny demon because they were all actually conspiring with the monster. Chen was heartbroken to see this and became bewitched after his stick was chopped off by his teammates. Wang didn't like what had happened to his friend, so he decided to teach the exorcist team a lesson. He took the broken stick and used it to defeat all the demons and break down the exorcist's office, all within a matter of seconds. Now that he had smashed the demons, Wang had to deal with Chen, who had lost all his mental awareness and had become possessed by a demon. Chen brutally attacked Wang, but Hero had to be careful not to kill his friend. He slowly destroyed the demon and acted like he had fainted in front of Chen to make him feel as if he had saved him. However, Chen was pretty confused to see the mess around him. The next day, one of Zhao Yi's men, disguised as a property management employee, checks up on a suspicious house. He is told to go away, so Zhou Yi asks his teammate to try another disguise, But that doesn't work either, so Zhou Yi unleashes a bump spout to break open the house. It turns out that multiple demons are living here, and they attack brutally. Luckily, Wang happens to be passing by and savagely defeats all the demons with ease. Zhao Yi's team comes to the scene to save their sensei, but they notice that all the beasts have already been cleaned up. Zhu Yi takes all the credit for Wang's work, but he doesn't know that he's being recorded by a camera monster. After getting a bandage from his assistant, Zhu walks up to a cheering crowd that also includes Wang. He gives a speech on being a member of the 7-star squad and how he was inspired to save Shanghai from the demons. Zhu also explains how he was able to stop the demon world from progressing into the real world through a cracked void. He takes all the credit for Wang's work in the demon house, but the lights go off and some surveillance footage is played to show what had actually happened to Zhao Yi when he was up against the demons. A mysterious woman watches on, and she is believed to be the culprit behind this. Everyone is confused as they learn that the demons were actually defeated by a lightning blast generated by Wang, who was in disguise. The news goes crazy, accusing Zhao of being a fraud, and it causes problems everywhere, including public agitation and residuals. Zhao Yi demands to get to the bottom of this, but his boss tells him to go on vacation, after which he also takes his badge and flies away. This is humiliating for Zuo, but he puts on a brave face in front of his colleagues. However, the squad members seem to enjoy their time without their boss. Zhao Yi has nothing to do now, but he spots a mysterious figure in the rain and goes after him. He is suddenly attacked by some demons and is about to be killed. But then Wang comes to the rescue once again. Zuo learns that the overpowering Wang Lin has been manipulating his memories this whole time and feels like a useless puppet. Now, Wang offers Zhao Yi a blue pill that can make the world forget what has happened over the past couple of days. The other option is a red pill that can grant Zhu his attention, but he takes neither option because he wants to become a hero by himself. Zhao leaves Shanghai, and this works for Yoshiko, who is revealed to be the surveillance culprit from before. Guo asks Chen who he wants to take as his date for the upcoming school festival. Chen is considering Lin, but she accidentally spilled hot food on him before. The duo laughs and suggests Yoshiko, which surprises Chen. Guo says that since no one talks to Yoshiko, Chen has a fair chance with her. The boys decide to go beyond the ordinary, and Chen decides to ask Sun to the gala. As expected, he looks foolish when Sun asks Wang Ling to the gala right in front of him. Both Guo and Chen are rejected by the women they want, but later meet and cry together. At the gala, Wang shows up in his costume while Chen is stuck in traffic. Sun announces that only couples are allowed to pass through the gate and invites Wang via the VIP entrance, trying to flirt with him. Later, Sun invites Wang into her home while her parents are away, but her grandpa is there. An awkward dinner follows, and her grandpa demands to know Wang's intentions. He learns that Wang's dad is a web writer and is angry when he hears about Wang's academic progress. Grandpa wants to banish Wang from the house, but he is reminded of the Sun family's values and calms down. He tells Wang that he must pass 3 trials to become part of the Sun family. They go to an amusement park for the first trial, and Grandpa tops the score. In the archery section, Lord Thunder seduces his victim, but Grandpa stops their romance and gets into an arrow shooting contest with Wang. Wang launches an arrow so fiercely that it rotates around the world before hitting its target. Grandpa feels like a loser and gets angry, so he challenges Wang to a one-on-one battle for the last trial. Sun is afraid, but Wang lifts the Sun family's sacred cudgel with ease, and the grandfather shocked because its weight is equal to 6,800 kilograms, and he says that only one how could carry it was the first ancestor of the family. Then the grandpa and his men bow down to Wang to acknowledge his greatness. Sun and Wang finally spend some time, but it turns out that the sacred club has been stolen, and Grandpa suspects Wang because he is the only one who can carry it, but the one who took it was Froggy to take revenge on them. Froggy reminisces about a time when everyone ignored his own birthday and celebrated Lin's instead, which made him feel like he didn't belong in this world. In a flashback, Froggy collapses in an alley and is rescued by a fellow demon, which motivates him to take action against the evil human race and convince his fellow demons to join him. Later, Froggy disguises himself as Yoshiko and knocks out the real Yoshiko to retrieve the cudgel, which leads to chaos when chaos resumes and Froggy 2 plans to take over the world. However, he gets scared when Wang shows up and tells the other demons to run away to save themselves. Knowing he can't defeat Wang in battle, the Demon King decides to engage him in a verbal fight using 3 questions. Froggy starts with a math question, which Wang solves effortlessly, shocking Froggy. Froggy then switches to a volume and mass-related question, which Wang almost answers using celestial bodies, but it almost destroys the human world. Froggy tries various tactics to defeat Wang, including turning him into a baby and reversing time, but to no avail. Froggy is transported to a dream world with Wang and cries over his current life, prompting Wang to show him some love. Froggy then asks for his fellow demons to be spared, and Wang creates a new world for them to live in, which pleases Froggy. The demons live in peace, and Yoshiko has a romantic moment with Zhou Ying. Finally, Wang returns Sun's cudgel to Yoshiko, but it's too heavy, causing her to fall into Wang Lin's arms.